Now may I introduce the fourth speaker, Dr. Subhash Ranade. In fact, he is one of the most well-known personalities of international level, and it is absolutely not required for me to introduce him. He is chairman of International Academy of Ayurveda. He was ex-professor and head of department Interdisciplinary School of Ayurveda in Pune University. He has strived to propagate Ayurveda in the world for the last 25 years. He has more than 100 books to his credit. These books are written in a spectrum of languages, including Marathi, English, and 9 other foreign languages. In fact, an entire generation of Ayurvedic graduates has grown up reading books by Dr. Ranade. Yesterday, he had stressed me that my introduction should not go beyond 4 lines. I would add 5th. Since my childhood days in Ayurveda, he had been one of the most popular teachers in Ayurveda college. May I request Dr. Subhash Ranade to present his paper on future international educational policies for Ayurveda.
Namaste and good morning. Respected Chairman, my co-speakers, learned, distinguished dignitaries in the audience, and dear students. The topic of my today's lecture is Future International Educational Policies for Ayurveda. Since last 25 years, I am propagating Ayurveda, not only myself, but the entire faculty of International Academy of Ayurveda, which is based in Pune. And probably that's why the conveners of this conference gave me this topic of future international educational policies for Ayurveda. However, yesterday when I saw the registration number, it came to my mind that more than 50% attendees are the students from all over India. Therefore, I took a little bit liberty of changing my lecture and splitting it into 2 parts. The first part will be dealt with the present scenario in the entire world, in which I would like to show our students that as far as the education of Ayurveda is concerned, it has crossed the boundaries of India since long time back. And they should all feel proud that Ayurveda is not taught only in India, but practically now all over the world. So just in a few moments, I will give you the information about various educational institutes throughout the world. As you can see on the slide, there are institutes in Sri Lanka. In fact, it is the major country where there is a Ministry of Indigenous Medicine. In Singapore, New Zealand, there is a Well Park College of Natural Therapies, which is conducting 3 years Ayurvedic educational program. In Australia and Japan, also Ayurveda has reached long back. In fact, the Research Society of Japan has translated Sushrut Samhita almost 20 years back in Japanese language. Along with that, there are various institutes which are propagating Ayurveda in Japan. You must have known that next to me are various dignitaries like the Vice Chancellor of Gujarat Ayurveda University, the Pune University, as well as various other universities have already signed up various MOUs. In fact, the Government of India has also signed an MOU with Russia and other countries like South Africa and Trinidad. As far as Europe is concerned, in fact, I am teaching Ayurveda in Germany since last 25 years. And there are 2 institutes like Mahindra Institute and in Seva Academy. In Italy, we have 3 institutes. Austria, we have a burglar massage school. In Spain, let me tell you the recent incidents that took in Spain. Only last 15 days back, I was in Salamanca in Spain. And you should all feel proud that Salamanca is the first university in Europe which has started Ayurvedic education at the university level. Ayurveda is also not far behind in countries like Israel, which we all know is full of conflicts. However, they are still behind Ayurveda and yoga. As you will see, the list is endless. There are various Ayurvedic institutes in Netherlands, Portugal, France. In UK, Dr. Bodekar is in front of me, and there are 2 Ayurvedic colleges which are propagating Ayurveda. They are giving a degree of BA in Ayurveda. Hungary, the Indian government has signed an MOU with Hungary long time back. I was in Hungary only a couple of months back, and there is also a very promising news as far as Ayurveda is concerned in Hungary. I was invited at the Semmelweis University, and the good news is that Semmelweis University will start Ayurvedic education for medical doctors from this year. In Czechoslovakia also, there are institutes which propagate Ayurveda. In South America, Brazil is the foremost country which is taking interest in Ayurveda. In fact, there are the largest number of delegates coming from foreign countries. Number 27 are from Brazil, and they have come to International Academy of Ayurveda in Pune to take the advanced Ayurvedic training program. In Brazil, Dr. Ruge is the person who is conducting Ayurvedic propagation, and he has 4 branches in Brazil. Similarly, Ayurveda is not behind in countries like Argentina and Chile. North America actually is a very important country as far as Ayurveda propagation is concerned. And you will see that there are almost 20 institutes now which are propagating Ayurveda. Of course, I must mention the name of Dr. Vasant Lad, who did a pioneering work of taking Ayurveda in the United States, and he deserves a lot of credit as far as the propagation of Ayurveda in the United States is concerned. Ayurveda is being taught at the various private universities in the United States also, and therefore you will see that there is a globalization of Ayurveda. There is no question that Ayurveda is now far and widespread. The most important question is that will this situation remain forever? And this is in the hands of you and me and the academicians coming from the foreign countries who are attending this particular Second World Congress on Ayurveda. So let's take a look at the present status of education in all these foreign countries. Most of the above institutions conduct various types of courses, and they offer different types of certificates, diploma and degree programs. Courses on Ayurvedic massage, marma therapy, panchakarma and nutrition, as well as prevention are the most popular ones all over the world. The duration of these courses varies from few weeks to 3 years. Very few institutions have strict rules of standard of admission. Excluding 5 states in the United States and few other countries which are our neighboring countries like Sri Lanka and Bangladesh, Ayurveda has unfortunately no legal status, and that's what Dr. Bodekar yesterday said, that unless Ayurveda receives a legal status, Ayurveda, the spread of Ayurveda will not go beyond this, the present situation. So what should be the future international education policies? Now here I would like to draw attention of all the foreign delegates and academicians who are attending my lecture. So it is very clear that unless Ayurvedic persons taking training for either long-term course or a short-term course receives a licensing for practice, the present situation will not improve, which is very true. Because if a person is taking an Ayurvedic education, naturally he wants to practice Ayurveda, and unless he receives a legal status in his own country, how he is going to do this particular practice of Ayurveda in his own country? And therefore, what I feel is that all educational policies should be decided giving priority to the legalization aspect. There should be also uniformity in teaching basic concepts. Some terminologies, as you students are all aware, that in Ayurveda, like kloma, kala, etc., are controversial. When various authors explain these terms in different terminologies, the common student in the foreign countries gets confused, which is natural. Now, to prevent this, Pune University way back in 1984 had organized a national seminar for standardization of all these concepts and had also prepared at that time a syllabus for 1 year course on Ayurveda. This was named as CPA. Immediately after that, I wrote one book on Ayurveda, which is now available in 4 foreign languages, and they use this as a basic text for teaching Ayurvedic courses of 1 year duration. So syllabus of all the courses must be prepared by all of us attending this particular world conference, and I feel that the national seminars for courses like Ayurvedic massage, Marma therapy, Panchakarma, which is very popular abroad, including the 5.5-year course for foreigners, should be held, and the syllabus should be prepared by all the academicians. While preparing the syllabus, the committee should take into consideration the need of the people, environment, culture, lifestyle of the people without compromising with the fundamental principles of Ayurveda. Now the question is, what should be the duration of the course? At present, it is not possible to implement the 5.5 years full-time Ayurveda course in any of the foreign countries. The present program, as you are all aware, requires 2,860 lecture hours and 700 practicum hours, and of course a 1-year training program is very difficult to implement in foreign countries. One such attempt was made to introduce this full-time 5.5-year course in New Hampshire in United States some years back when I was invited there for consultation. However, they could not receive more registration, and therefore this particular program failed in United States. So what we should do is that we should increase gradually the standard of Ayurvedic education in foreign countries. Let us look at what the acupuncture and oriental medicine has done in United States. It's called as AOM. They increase gradually their training hours for obtaining licensing, because unless the license is available, you cannot practice Ayurveda there. So look at what they have done. In 1975, it was only 400 teaching hours with 1-year internship. They raised their standard to 800 hours in 1981, then 1,800 hours in 1989, and 2,520 hours in 1994. It is currently regulated in 44 states of United States with a requirement of over 3,000 hours. So similarly, we have to gradually increase our Ayurvedic educational standards in all the foreign language. So finally, when a graduate from these institutes or these programs will come out, we'll get a legal status and we'll be able to practice Ayurveda without any problems. In the same way, we have to do the standard of admission, we have to regulate the standard of admission for short-term courses also, because the courses like Ayurvedic massage and Marma therapy are very popular in all these foreign countries, and therefore the minimum standard of admission should be persons from paramedical field who have sufficient knowledge of anatomy and physiology. They should be first admitted to the basic course of Ayurveda, and then this particular training program of short-time Ayurvedic training programs of massage and Marma therapies can be taught to them. So what should be the standard of admission for full-time course? This again, what we have to do, this is my, of course, opinion. All the academicians which are attending this session, we will have to sit together and finalize the entire program. The minimum standard should be high school diploma for Ayurvedic health educator certification, which should be 1-year program. These persons can give advice on nutrition and lifestyle management. Secondly, after that, the student can go for an Ayurvedic health practitioner program, for which, of course, the knowledge of anatomy and physiology should be mandatory, and these persons can give advice on herbs and procedures for maintaining health. For clinical Ayurvedic specialist program, when actually the person would go into the society and practice as a full-time Ayurvedic physician, naturally, a more thorough knowledge is essential with an internship of 2 years program. In conclusion, I would like to state that while deciding the future policies in education, following points must be taken into consideration. 1, licensing of Ayurvedic practitioner in foreign countries is a must, and we have to give proper attention to this factor. 2nd, uniformity in teaching basic concepts. 3rd, preparing a syllabus for all the courses, either long-term course or a short-term course. 4, deciding the minimum standard of admission for all the courses. And 5, and the last one is that we must not forget that there is an important consideration in Ayurveda about the holistic approach of Ayurveda and the spiritual nature of Ayurveda. One last word to all the students. Yesterday, my name was announced as Dr.Subhash Ranade, AAA, Ayurvedic Ambassador for abroad. Now, only myself and my team, faculty members of International Academy of Ayurveda are not sufficient to carry this work, and we need hundreds of AAA from all of the students attending this particular session.